Today's feature is the backstage of the Tokaido Shinkansen in 2024. The skilled professionals who keep Japan's high-speed lifelines safe and dependable. We closely follow a mom driver who returned to work after maternity leave.
家族の協力がないとやっぱりできないので。
And once every 10 years, an exclusive look at rare, late-night maintenance work. Our cameras captured it all, protecting safety at 285 kilometers per hour. This time, we'll show you another restricted area. Japan's main artery, the Tokaido Shinkansen. Every day, 356 trains run on a meticulously planned schedule. At the forefront are the train drivers. What exactly goes on in the driver's cab? 9 a.m. at Tokyo Station. In a room called the transport office, 3 women have gathered.
本日は639位から乗務いたします。そこから福島お客様から東京新大阪でご乗車になります。
These 3 will soon board a departing Shinkansen as crew.
キーが3.4です。
And these 3 women have one thing in common.
今日はたまたまみんなママっていう感じで。
That's right. They are all mothers raising children. Conductor Hashimoto has
3歳の息子が1人います。
Chief Conductor Kori says
小2の娘と5歳の娘が2人おります。2人。はい。みんなで助け合って頑張ってやってます。はい。
and driver Matsumoto Mika.
5歳の娘が1人います。
She's 35 years old, with 7 years of experience as a driver, raising a 5-year-old girl. There are about 900 drivers for the Tokaido Shinkansen. Around 80 are women. That's 20 times more than 20 years ago, when there were only 4. Today, Matsumoto is scheduled to operate the 10:33 a.m. Hikari 639 to Nagoya. When the train arrives at the platform, she enters the driver's cab, and right after that, she begins checking for any malfunctions, pointing and calling out as she goes through over 50 inspection items. Meanwhile, Conductor Hashimoto, after confirming safety and departure time, heads to the conductor's room. At exactly 10:33 a.m., departure time 10:33:15 seconds. In fact, Shinkansen operations are scheduled down to the second. Driving is controlled by the accelerator called the Mascon and an 8-step braking system. Right after departure, the first thing to check is
列車によってもブレーキ力が違いますし、お客様の乗ってる人数によっても変わるので。
So she must determine brake performance at the first stop, Shinagawa. While checking the brake condition, we arrived at Shinagawa Station.
10秒延着。
The Shinkansen arrived 10 seconds behind schedule. Arrivals are measured in seconds, and this is repeated at every station. Matsumoto is the one who controls this precision.
暗算で次の駅までの時間と距離を今平均何キロで走ればいいのかっていうのを計算しながら走行しています。新横浜停車50分30秒。
She computes the optimal speed for an on-time arrival based on the remaining distance to the next station. This second-level precision depends on these meticulous calculations. But for her, it's not just about speed.
客様の乗り心地も考えて無駄なブレーキを極力かけないように。
She memorizes all the speed restrictions and adjusts before reaching them, ensuring a smooth ride. Any abnormality, no matter how small, must be addressed immediately, all while maintaining focus and doing constant calculations. Finally, arrival at Nagoya. The train stopped exactly where it should. What was the arrival time?
5秒装着。
The train arrived 5 seconds before the scheduled time.
本当にやりがいのある仕事だと思います。特に年末年始でお客様がたくさん乗られている時とかは、今からこの方々が大切な人に会いに行くんだなっていうふうに思うと、やっぱり気が引き締まります。
After her first run, she stands by for her next assignment. Meanwhile, conductor Hashimoto takes a break before heading back to Tokyo. She lives with her husband and 3-year-old son. Since her child is still small, she chooses shifts without overnight stays. There are about 500 Shinkansen conductors. Around 100 are women. As the person responsible for the train interior, she constantly trains herself to stay calm in any situation.
お客様にご案内いたします。この列車はただいま途中の小田原駅を時刻通りに通過いたしました。
Hashimoto and Matsumoto are both from Osaka and often chat about parenting.
怒ります家でお子さんに。怒る。
関西弁で怒るんですかなんか。
でも家やったら関西弁から出てるかもしれん。新幹線は好き？
新幹線好きです。でパパが運転してる列車とかにも乗ったことあるし、将来は運転手さんになるって旦那が喜んでます。
Unlike Hashimoto, Matsumoto takes overnight shifts.
今日勤務の泊まり明けで。
She left for work yesterday at 11 a.m., operated round-trip Tokyo Shin Osaka, then drove Tokyo Mishima before staying overnight in Mishima. Today, she worked as a conductor on her way back to Tokyo, then did desk work.
今から娘を迎えに行って、で家に着いてご飯作って、でお風呂入れて寝かしつけるって感じです。
That evening, we visited her home. The family warmly welcomed us.
主人の翔さんと。
They met at work and married 8 years ago. After giving birth and taking maternity leave, she returned to the job 4 years ago, with her husband's support. Since both parents work, she always thinks about how to make family time.
作る時間があんまりないので、30分以内を目指してできる料理を作ってるって感じですよね。
普段ちょっと飲み物やって。
Housework, cooking, cleaning, laundry is shared between husband and wife.
いただきます。
Matsumoto decided to become a driver after watching drivers during her conductor days. She returned to the job just before May turned 2.
妊娠して、産休育休に入る前から新幹線の運転手に戻りたいなっていう気持ちはずっとありましたね。でもやっぱり家族の協力がないとやっぱりできないので。
Her husband Sho often comes home late, and when Matsumoto works overnight, May stays with her grandmother, which was tough at first.
最初は結構そこでずっと泣いてたんですけど、寂しいって言って、
で連れて行くのも一苦労だったんですけど、
ちょっと前は悲しかった。
Sho supported his wife's return from the start.
新幹線の運転士って、やっぱり限られた人でしかなれない職業だと思ってますし、やりたいっていう人もたくさんいる中で、やれるチャンスがあるんだったら、復帰してほしいなっていうのを僕自身も思っていたので、家族がですね、協力できる範囲で仕事復帰が可能であれば投資したいなという気持ちではいました。はい、
In the past 2 weeks, she's had about 2 overnight shifts. How does May feel about her mom's return to work?
お仕事を続けてるのはいいですか？
いい。
いい。やめないでほしいですか？あ、そうなんだ。
娘にへの愛情はやっぱりたっぷり注いで後悔しないようにはしたいですね。
There's something she reminds herself every day.
日本を支えている乗り物を運転させてもらっているので、誇りに思って正確に安全に皆様が安心できるような今後も運転していきたいと思います。
While professionals like her protect safety on the front line, others maintain it on the hardware side. Just before midnight, the last train left. 28 men gathered at a certain place in Shizuoka. They are maintenance specialists. The work they do in the dead of night must be finished before the first train of the day. They head to the tracks where the Shinkansen just passed.
ちょっと接近です。
接近。
A yellow and blue train car arrived, followed by several others. Today's mission requires advanced skills and perfect teamwork. A special maintenance task. After about 10 minutes of moving, the train stopped. We climbed on top of the train car.
あそこにコルク線みたいなでっかいドラムみたいなものがあるんですけど、あれはトロリー線になります。トロリー線？はい。
The overhead catenary wire supplies electricity to the trains. Tonight, they'll replace it. A job done only once every few years. In this section, the first time in 10 years. Then, the lined-up cars gradually moved apart, maintaining a certain distance between them. Why?
それぞれ役割がありまして、6台今連なって作業を行っています。
The wire is 1,500 meters long. Each car handles part of the process. Car number 1 moves, carrying the new catenary wire. Car number 2 follows, handling the replacement work. Then, workers started attaching something to the overhead line that holds the catenary wire. What is that?
新しいトロリー線を仮ハンガーを使って仮置きをしている状態になります。
Car number 2 moves along while workers hook the new wire onto the overhead line using S-shaped hangers, a temporary setup for now. At intervals of about 50 meters, there are poles supporting the wire, so workers have to avoid hitting their heads while doing the job. Next, workers at car number 3 check the newly hung wire by running a hand along it to make sure there's no twisting, not even the slightest. 20 minutes later, the temporary placement of the 1,500-meter new catenary wire is complete. And then, the next process begins. The task now is to stretch the temporarily placed wire. On the left of the screen, you can see car number 6 located 1,500 meters ahead from car number 1 here. They slowly pull from both ends, stretching the wire as much as possible. By fully stretching and securing it, they prevent any future sagging. Once that's done, they reverse direction. Now, the real replacement begins. Cars 2 through 5, each in their designated sections, remove the old wire from its fixtures and secure the new one in place. When the new wire is fully secured, car number 2 collects all the temporary hangers, while car number 1 winds up the old 1,500-meter catenary wire. After 4 a.m., all work is complete. The old catenary wire has been reborn as a shiny new one.
新幹線が定時で毎日きちんと走れるように無事故無災害でこれからもやっていきたいと思っています。
At 6:30 a.m., they watched the first train pass safely. Mission accomplished. Japan's main artery, the Tokaido Shinkansen. Its safe, reliable, and comfortable service is maintained by the hard work of countless professionals like them.